So I guess in the classic way, I knew I was different from, a very early age. And that conflicted massively with religion, as you might imagine. Realised that I wasn't right, and I was told I wasn't right, and who I was wasn't correct, which was a real conflict and a real difficulty. So I was growing up trying to be the super confident, outgoing kind of young boy who thought the world was his oyster, and the church, on the other hand, was telling me, actually, no, you are wrong, like everything about you is not the way it should be, and you need to change. I think if you're told that you are wrong and you're in the church, you've only got two options. You either kind of say, nah, I'm leaving, thanks very much, or you go much further into it, which is what I did, because you're trying to find a way to make yourself better and a way to kind of justify why you feel so unlovable, because the church is telling you that even God doesn't love you. So the first time I ever told anybody was the pastor of this massive church where I was one of the musical directors, and I wrote to him and I said, I'm suffering from homosexual tendencies, was how it was phrased, and I need some help. So then I was thrown into a kind of prayer program, which luckily didn't work, but at the time, it was pretty traumatic. So by the time I was 27, I was exhausted because I just couldn't be myself. And you couldn't let anybody know who you were. So nobody knew me properly. I didn't know anyone properly. I hadn't established those relationships, and I was just tired and decided I've had enough. I'm just going to come out. And within a week, I told everybody, and I told my church, and the pastor came to see me in my classroom back at the school that I taught at overseas. And he said, yeah, you won't be able to be musical director of the church anymore. You won't be able to be a member of the church anymore. But I'd really like to pray for you right now. And I just said, no, I've had enough. And I said, I spent 20 years trying to pray this away, and it didn't work. And now I get to sit here and kind of teach children that they can be who they want to be, and that's really special to me. And you've come here to try and tell me that I can't be who I want to be, and that's not what I want to be. I think it's about authenticity, and it's about being true to yourself. So if you constantly keep something in, no one is ever going to fully be able to know you. And you have so much to give. You have so much to enrich other people's lives. Even if you don't know it, there's so much inside you that other people need to know. And if you're able to kind of find that strength to come out, then you can enrich the world in so many ways. The chorus, it saved me. I just say it saved me. It's a bit of a cliche, but I'd left the church, walked away overnight, and it had been a huge part of my life as a musical director, all of those things. And then I had nothing. I joined the chorus because of my musical background. It drew me to that. That was the only thing I knew that I could do. And I thought that I might be able to meet some people here. I might be able to make a go of London. And I did, and thank God. I think pretty much every friend I have in London, bar people from work, I've either known through the chorus or through people through the chorus. When you're raised kind of in the church and you're gay, it's a journey. So you reach a certain point where you come out, and I did overnight and walked away, never went back to church. But then you've got not only to deal with being gay, you've got to deal with what you've left behind and the big gaping kind of gap that there is because of that. And I think I'm still dealing with that to this day, because never being able to be yourself, you grow up thinking that's the norm, so you don't let people in. It's really hard to kind of always be yourself in all situations. So I definitely say chorus is a chosen family. It provides that community that when you don't necessarily find it anywhere else, where you can, if you can truly be yourself, if you can be authentic around people, then they are your family. That's where, as long as you can feel supported and encouraged, that's what you need from a family, I think. And that's what religion never quite provided for me. I think it's just super important that the idea of being proud of who you are, whatever you are, whatever your story is, that's the most important thing. That's all we've got. We've got our story and who we are. And if we can stand up and share that with other people, surrounded by people who accept us, what more could we want in life, I think? I just think it's so important.